to discontinue our art conversation. Like, I think it's really interesting, and I'm interested in hearing what everyone's saying, and I think we're having a good conversation, but I don't have anything to say about it today. Today, I don't have anything to say about art. I'm having kind of a day, you know? I woke up this morning in kind of a grumpy mood, and like, I just am sort of crabby today. I don't know what my problem is. I'm not really in a bad mood. I'm just sort of irritable. Like, everything is mildly annoying. I'm even getting annoyed about things that are unreasonable to get annoyed about. Like this morning, somebody tweeted a link to an article about Amazon and how Amazon is evil, basically. And I agree that Amazon does many, many bad things and that people should support their local businesses if they can. But I got so irritated. Partly because I had also just read another article about supporting your local indie bookstores instead of buying books on Amazon and so on, which I agree with. It's good to buy books from your local indie bookstores. That's awesome, and you should do that if you can. But I get so irritated with these articles sometimes because not everybody has a local indie bookstore. Not everybody has a local anything. Some of us live in the middle of nowhere and have to drive 30 miles one way to buy groceries. I get really annoyed with these articles where everybody's talking about how evil it is to buy things online. Some of us don't have local businesses to support. Some of us have never really had local businesses to support because we live someplace where there aren't any local businesses. I was a kid in the 80s, right? Before you could buy anything online. There was no Amazon, there was no anything like that. Nothing like that existed. If you couldn't find something in your local stores, and by local, I mean, you know, within a 60-mile radius, then you just didn't get it. You just didn't. You didn't have a choice. And they probably weren't going to be able to special order it for you because they didn't have the internet either. And their resources were very limited. There are 2 used bookstores that I can think of within 30 miles. There are no regular, like, retail new bookstores. There used to be one. It was like this little kiosk in the mall. It was a Walden Books for years, and then it was bought out and it became something else, and then it was bought out and it became a Borders. And now Borders has declared bankruptcy, so, you know. My point here is that I don't have a local indie bookstore to support. I have never had a local indie bookstore to support. Even before the internet, even before Amazon, there was no local indie bookstore. And I hate how much guilt is constantly being heaped upon me by the internet for shopping at box stores and chain stores and not buying indie. Like, I would buy indie if I could, but I can't. I'm being really irritable today, I'm sorry. I'm so annoyed by everything today, and like, it just sort of pushed me over the edge. I read those articles this morning and it just kind of, I was annoyed with everything already and I just became more annoyed. Sorry. I do have this though, which is not at all annoying. I got my Christmas card from Zoe. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you, Zoe. I'll try to be less crabby next week.